had that freezing point then, that cold day yesterday.
You know, what a difference a day makes. It's incredible. In fact, I want to show you the difference between yesterday at this time and now. We are up by 21 degrees here in Buffalo. Now, earlier this morning, we were running differences of about 30 to 40 degrees warmer than yesterday morning during the early morning hours. So we've come a long way, and it's actually going to stay this way for a couple days around here, catching a little break from the really extreme cold. We've had a little bit of nuisance precipitation going on this morning, too. Nothing much, nothing that's going to accumulate, but if you look carefully, you can kind of see a little blue drifting through the area here in Erie County, some of it across Niagara, Orleans, off to the east of us. There's been some very light snow. I like to call it snow drizzle coming down, and there's been a little bit of freezing drizzle in the mix as well earlier this morning. This stuff should taper off, however, I think, as we get into the later afternoon hours. Actually, at the airport locations, we're still getting some reports of a little bit of light snow coming down. That's the case here in Buffalo with the Dash SN, also down at Dunkirk, back to the west at Hamilton and London. Again, this stuff is not going to accumulate, and I'm really not anticipating any major problems out of it this afternoon. That's the good news. Super microcast, as we step you through this Tuesday afternoon, it is painting some precipitation out there, kind of tapering it somewhat by later this afternoon. Now, even though the computer is suggesting clear skies for tonight, I think we're going to be hard-pressed to see that. For the most part, still a lot of clouds hanging in across the area tonight, and I still think that the moisture may pool again enough overnight that there could be a few patches of that freezing drizzle going on again tonight. As we get into Wednesday, though, it looks like some breaks in the cloud cover, at least across northern areas, maybe a little bit cloudier down toward the Pennsylvania line, and a mainly dry day shaping up for Wednesday. So we get a little break in the precipitation in addition to these more moderate temperatures that are heading our way. But eventually some scattered snow showers will be back in the picture again beginning tomorrow night into Thursday. We'll have some of these into Friday and maybe even Saturday as well. Well, finally, we caught a sizable break in the cloud cover a couple days ago to get a nice visible satellite shot of Lake Erie and the extent of the ice cover out there. And as you can see, it is pretty ice covered. However, here at the eastern end, there still is some open water just to the south of Long Point. It'll be interesting to see that if the colder weather persists over the next couple of weeks, if this will start to fill in more so. You get closer to Buffalo, and then we get into that thicker ice, of course, that they're counting on for the pond hockey tournament. 31 degrees in Buffalo right now, 32 at the Falls, 28 down there at Jamestown, 27 at Bradford. And as we check your forecast details for this afternoon, the sunset time, that's going to roll around at 5:19 this afternoon. For the rest of this Tuesday, cloudy skies. There's a chance of some very light snow showers across the area, especially early this afternoon. Maybe a few patches of some freezing drizzle in the high 29 to 34 degrees. For the overnight, mostly cloudy. Chance again of some patchy freezing drizzle down to 16 to 21. Tomorrow, clouds, but I think we're going to sneak in some breaks across northern areas. Cloudier to the south, 28 to 32. And on Thursday, mostly cloudy, scattered snow showers. Looks like they might be more numerous southwest and northeast of the city. Maybe a little lake involvement there, 23 to 28. Pretty much the same goes for Friday into Saturday, and more widespread snow disturbance heads our way with that on Sunday, and that's going to tug on some colder air, bring it southward into the region by early next week. Really no huge warm-ups, but as you always say, it's always relative when it comes to the weather, and this is a big change from yesterday.